World-class writing is the main reason Expedition 33 was such a financial success. The writer responsible for it, Jennifer Svedberg-Yen, was honored with an award for Best Narrative. Now, did all that writing mastery translate into impactful speaking? When most people try to get better at speaking, they usually start with learning how to write better. Or did her great writing actually handicap her speaking? Today, I'm going to break down Jennifer's acceptance speech, showing what techniques she used to turn her writing skills into an influential speech, and what she could have done to actually unlock it even further. Let's see how she does in her intro.
Wow, there are a lot of people here. Hi.
All right, this is a solid start. She comes out of the gate with an emotion. This gives people something to hook onto, something to care about. She does this by, acknowledging her fear, but you notice she kicks it up a couple of notches using her writer tricks. Instead of saying, I feel scared, she says it indirectly. She says, oh my gosh, that's a lot of people to look at. It lets us fill in the gaps of going, oh, that means she's scared. And when you do it that way, the writer's way, it has more impact. Now, she's leaving a little bit of money on the table. She could get a lot more out of this if you thought about what emotions are the audience feeling. And then if you connect with one of those emotions, jump on that one, you come out of the gate with a high level of connection with the audience.
There are so many people to thank, but first and forever is my husband.
Okay, hear how her voice changed right there.
Is my light in the darkness. Thank you to our beautiful...
You see how her voice changed this time? When she's talking about her husband, she's not just telling us the emotion, we hear it and we feel it. This resets her attention once again and gets us to a higher level of investment and engagement than her first take. So this is a great technique where if you pick one person you have a real connection with, it's easier to get your emotion to come out. And at the very beginning, like she's doing right now, that is super powerful. Similar to Peter Yan, the Russian guy we talked about in another video, she comes from a culture she's talked about where she was raised to not show emotion. So it's a bit of a struggle to get it all to come out. Talking about someone she deeply cares about helps break through that. Now, this is something that an amateur could make the mistake of wanting to save this for last. Smart move, great writer. She put this in the beginning where it's going to have impact that lasts for the rest of her speech.
Player community, thank you for welcoming our characters into your hearts. In games, a story is a shared creation. It starts with words on a page, but the player experiences it through the work of each of our teams.
Now she's talking in a story. This is one of the best writer skills there is, and this transfers over to speaking. See how she comes across a little more fluid, a little more connected now. She doesn't really have to remember everything. She can look away from her phone a little bit more because she's thinking about this connected story in her head. It's also high stakes framing because she's picking things that really connect with the audience.
Character and environmental design, quests, combat, UI, cinematics, acting, music, VFX, and through localization into other languages. All of that is supported by our producing and our technical teams.
So right here, when she's listing all the arts, it's smooth and it's coming across nice. She's using the phone so she has a clear idea exactly what to say. There's no nerves. It's very elegant, but the phone is also holding her back. You definitely don't want to push yourself too hard by doing advanced techniques that you crack. What she could do that wouldn't be as scary, but would still let her express herself more, is hold the phone with one hand. If she had the extra hand, she could start gesture or just let whatever happens happen. You'd feel a lot more connection.
The last ingredient is our players, who interpret the story in the context of their own lives.
We start feeling a bit of false emotion here. This is performative. The thing she's saying is beautiful, but there's a bit of a repeating pattern to the way she's speaking. That's always the first sign that you're getting emotionally disconnected. That's when it starts to feel monotonous. People start to check out a little bit. She definitely cares about her players. Like, holy crap, from the writing and the work she's put in, you can tell she does. So with only a little bit of work together, we could enhance her framing step from talking about what the audience cares about to thinking about what the audience is feeling. And with that, you can get a huge connection with the audience on that emotion. It helps you express a whole lot more.
and who keep our story alive through their own creative expression and discussions.
This is a fantastic connected line. This is the beautiful writing skill she has. But I don't feel a whole lot of emotion in this line because it's starting to lose that delivery effect. And without that, the writing can't really do anything.
The marvelous thing about games is that we create that experience together, our team with our players. Thank you so much.
Great pausing here. First of all, this line is incredible, but the pause, it makes it work so much better. It must have felt like an hour to her standing in front of all those people, but it enhanced the impact and it increased the emotion of that line so much. You start to notice now the difference between good writing and good writing plus delivery. Now, you might not be mastering writing skill to the level Jennifer has, but like her, you probably built more skill in what to say than how to say it. And it only takes a few weeks to master the core of speaking skills compared to the years it takes to learn writing. Now that you've seen how to use your current writing abilities to make your speaking influential, you're probably wondering what happens when you have both good writing and good speaking. In this video, I break down the award speech by Expedition 33's CEO, Guillaume Broche, showing the small tweaks and tricks he used to build a deep connection with his audience.